Leetcode 278, first bad version. So this challenge asks us to figure out the first bad version occur between version number 1 and n. So we will have an API that will identify the number is a bad version or not. In this case, we hard code it into 4, and if the version is 4, then it will return true. And in this case, 5 is given, and between 1 and 5, we will have to figure out the first bad version. So that means n will be always the bad version, and the largest number will be always the bad version. So that's our assumptions. And we will use binary search strategy. So we will have three pointer, and the mid will be always the one that we compare against the bad version, right? The API. Okay, so in this case, we will start with the mid, right? If the mid is not a bad version, then we will have to increment the left and replace uh, mid plus 1, and a new left will be right here. So that will be uh, the first case. However, if the mid is a bad version, then we will have to calculate the new mid, and the right will be equivalent to the mid right here, and we will have to recalculate the new mid, and the new mid will be this right here. Okay, so that's how our binary search will be working right here. Okay, so and at the end of the loop, it will return left, because always the smallest number will be from the left number will be always be the first bad version. All right, def first bad version, and we'll receive n as integer uh, bad version number, and then we will return integer first bad version number. All right, left will be equal to 0, right will be equal to the n bad version number, and then mid will be equal to 0, and we will have a while loop. As long as left and right are not crossing each other, we will loop through the number and try to figure out the first bad version number. Okay, so we will calculate mid using left plus right minus left, and we will divide it by 2. That will be our mid. We will check if the is bad version, if the mid is bad version. If it's not a bad version, then we'll say left equal to mid plus 1. Else, right equal to mid. If it's not a bad version, then we will move the right to the mid. All right, that will be our strategy, and then return left, because left is always going to be the first bad version. All right, let's see if this function correctly working or not. We assume that 4 will be our first bad version. All right, and there you go. That's our solution. So this problem, this solution will be a big O of logn, because we use binary search.